It's really you.
I love this so much. I'm so sorry I'm so late.
Oh, it's fine. I just sent an email and I was like, hey, I mean, who knows? Is it me? Is it you? I was
No,
just
I'm
geeking
so
out
sorry.
over this picture on my computer over here.
Oh my gosh. That is incredible. That is pretty amazing. That is just
Playing your song. I'm going to stop playing your song so that we can talk to each other.
I love
But isn't
it.
that cool? I mean, we played on the radio. What is that? Is that a trip for you
That's the
to just
crazy.
hear
I
your
think
song jamming on the radio?
it's so cool. It's so cool. My
It is
goodness.
cool.
That's crazy. I love that. What a way to start. What a way to just start my day.
Yeah, girl. Fangirl talking to Leanna Crawford this morning. What are you doing? Are you in a
Hi.
marathon of
Am I in a
interviews right
marathon?
now?
Oh, yes. That's why I'm sorry. We're anyways, but yes, but it's so fun. I love
Good.
this. It's a fun
Good.
morning. It's a beautiful day. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Where are you at? Where's your location?
I am in New Orleans right now, actually. I moved here and I got married in August, and I moved here in September with my husband. He plays basketball. And so he plays for the New Orleans Pelicans this year. So we were long distance before that, and then when we got married, I was like, I'm gonna try and, be with my husband as much as possible. So we live here right now, which is so fun, and I've been going back and forth between here and Nashville. So we'll probably end up back in Nashville. But anyways, that's a
Okay.
long story, but that's where I am right now,
No,
and it's
that's
great.
good. That's good. Not everybody understands Nashville's sort of like the hub, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Well, because I'm from Washington State.
Mhm.
Sorry, my that's my coffee machine
You're
is
good. You're
having
good. Ooh,
a
what's your cup say? My husband. Is this just like a
my
humble brag?
my mother-in-law got this for me, but it's my husband is hotter than my coffee,
Yeah.
which is the funniest, and I love this mug. Um, but yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Nashville is the hub. It's so funny. I'm from West Coast, from
Hmm.
Washington State, which a lot of my family is up there, and I love. It's just funny because I think because Nashville is so central. Like it
Hmm.
just feels like, I mean, central, but like it is kind of it's easy to get to most places. Whereas like when I'm on the West Coast, I do feel like kind of far away, which is so funny. But
Yeah.
I'm not like it's all relative. But yes, Nashville is the hub. It feels like everybody's there. Some people are not. Like this year, I've made it work, going back and forth, recording, still doing the thing, back and
Good.
forth. But it is just, and it's easy. New Orleans, Nashville is really close.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't met you before, so I'm Tristi, and you're talking to Idaho, which is touching Washington State.
Where? Okay, where in Idaho are y'all?
We're in southeast Idaho,
Okay.
Boise area.
Oh,
So,
Boise. Okay.
yeah.
I love Idaho's so beautiful.
Yes, thank
I
you.
love.
We agree. Don't tell anyone else
I
because
know. I was like, especially, well, the past 2 years, it felt like all the Washington people were moving to Idaho. Like, I think there was a whole like generations of families like I grew up with. It was like the grandparents, the parents, the kids, everybody's moving to Idaho,
yep,
Montana. It was just like yeah.
yep.
So, anyways, it is beautiful, beautiful over there, but I won't tell anybody.
Thank you. Thank
It's very
you.
nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
So yeah, it's good. It's great to meet you too. I got to know because we're both getting up early today, getting up early, doing stuff that you're passionate about. I mean, it's the things that we prayed for, right? At some point, and then there's also the grit and the gritty in the middle that make it difficult. And you touched a little bit on that in that you are long distance to your career, but in line with your husband. So just talk to me a little bit about how all of that passion drives your life and what you're doing.
Well, it is, I mean, you say like this is what we prayed for, but I
Mhm.
mean, I really did pray for this. Like I didn't know exactly what God had, and I just think it's so cool that He allows me to do this for as long as I get to do it. I feel like there's so much more I have to learn and grow in and all the things. I feel like I'm just beginning, but it is like the coolest thing to get to do this. Like I'm just like I'm so grateful. And of course there are the pieces of it that can be tough and different things that are just not fun, but like stuff like this and getting to play songs live, like that's just like it's so special, and
Mhm.
that's my favorite thing. So I love that, and then just figuring out how to do that, and also now like be married and how to figure that out. So I'm still like learning, and I think I'm very thankful because I have very gracious people that I work with that are very understanding and very pro, like, hey, like you need to, make sure you're doing things in your personal life that like, because I think if I'm like running on empty, then I'm like not good for anybody. So like I have to
So
be filled up. So I've, especially like this spring, since we've been here in New Orleans, I've been very like, I've been recording a lot in Nashville, but I didn't do a lot of shows because which was really hard for me to say no, but I was like, I need to try and spend time with my husband. I've still been traveling a lot, but it kind of worked out when he's traveling with the team. I can travel and leave, but we've kind of made it work where we've been able to see each other quite a bit, which is great. But I'm like, I have to do that or I kind of just am like, I go crazy. So I really need to have like, I love a routine, and traveling so much, it's just like hard to do that. So trying to do like little things that make it feel like routine when we travel, but it's all good. Like I'm so thankful. It's the coolest thing ever.
yeah,
But there are pieces I just have to like, I'm still learning. I'm still
yeah,
figuring it out, but
yeah.
making it work. And my husband's very sweet and gracious, and he's really good about planning. So he has like our months like, written out, and he's like, hey, we're gonna have this time together and all this. He's very organized. It's very helpful.
Well, and it's helpful when you have to go into a season of busy and apart to know when you're coming back together, what you're going to be doing,
Exactly.
so you have something to look forward to in the career
Exactly.
and at home. So that work-life balance, I think, is something no matter what we do in life, no matter, what our job is, we've got to get after it. And I just love how you said it looks different in different seasons. And I think you've got a great grasp on that. So we listen to your songs when we're trying to, be encouraged and like, yeah, I mean, Truth I'm Standing On is such an anthem for us when we are, like grinding through some of that, what you just said, life. What does it mean to you to be able to sing, put together, right? Create songs like that and just hear. I'm sure you've heard a lot of the feedback of folks who are getting a lot of encouragement from your words. Do you ever sing those songs over yourself?
I do, and I think too, I'm just one first, which I'm very grateful for what you do and
Mm,
playing those songs so people can hear them and have an avenue to find and listen to them, because I think a lot of the stories I get are because of what you do. So I'm very
mm,
grateful for that. I think I especially I'm always like, okay, what's the next song? I'm always like thinking of new ideas. Like I'm just finished recording a bunch of songs and I'm already like, okay, what's the next? What are my next songs? But I sing those songs live. I sing Truth I'm Standing On live.
mhm,
And there are so many times where like I think about a million things when I'm on stage, but I'm always trying to pray and be like, God, like show me someone that I can like encourage right now and pray
mm,
over like while I'm singing. One, it helps me like remember the words because they're just like I don't have to think about anything else. But then two, I'm actually like I'm trying to see people that I can like smile at or encourage, and that also kind of takes me out of like, hey, it's not about me. And there are so many times when I'm singing songs, it especially happens like live on stage where I just have to like catch myself because I'm like, this song
mm.
is like true for me right now, or I remember when I was writing it and it was like true for me then, and I'm just like, okay, like it's just a little emotional, but I'm so used to just like, sing and go through it. But I try to like, I don't want to just go through the motions when I'm performing and singing the songs live. Like I really want to be in the moment and really try to
Mhm.
be in the moment. So that helps me a ton of just like looking out for people and asking God to be like, hey, who can I sing this to and encourage? And then I end up singing those words over myself. And I'm like, okay, I needed to hear that too.
Well, and how can you not? I mean, that's the last one that we've heard. I mean, how what a great lyric.
Thank you.
How did that come to you? Like, do you have is there a story on that?
Yeah, that one is so sweet actually because I'm from Washington State, and like no I moved to Nashville 6 years ago, and every summer I get so excited to see fireflies. I don't think Idaho has any fireflies, right? Like it's all the Northwest. Do y'all have fireflies?
Yeah. No.
Okay. I was like I didn't think so. Like the Northwest, we don't have any fireflies.
No.
Anyway, so I love them. My parents were visiting a few summers ago, my dad had never seen fireflies, and it was like right in the middle of firefly season. And I love this like story because it's like it's so sweet, but they were there for a whole week. And we went on a walk every night to try and find fireflies, and we just like love walking. But I was like, Dad, they're so cool. Like he just never seen them in person. And the whole week we didn't see a single firefly
Of
until
course.
yeah, literally. And I was just like, what on earth is happening? These are so cool. My dad can't see them. So the night before my parents were going to fly home, we went on one final walk and walking by this field, which I'd walked by like 100 times before. But this night, like the field lit up. It looked like stars were in the sky, and it was so beautiful. Stars were in the field. Like it was just fireflies everywhere. And my dad said, how can you not see a creator when you look at like the fireflies, the like the beauty and simplicity, like the creator of the universe, of the galaxies created these teeny tiny little bugs. And so a few days later, I got in a room with some friends, and I was like, hey, I have this idea and this thought, and I think it's a song title. Thank you, Dad. But that's kind of just like, I was like, how can you not? And so it's just supposed to be like an encouraging, like, hopeful song of just and a reminder of just like seeing God in the little things, in the details, and that's where it came from.
I love that. I love that. I'm always blessed by going on walks and seeing what God is doing, even just breathing air, fresh air, and realizing,
Seriously.
wow, okay, we're going to be all right. We're doing a
Seriously.
lot of stuff here at the station with hope. It's kind of like this
Mhm.
this word that we're clinging to and we're
Mm.
learning more about. And you even said it in what you just said. How can you not see God? How can you not have hope in the middle? And just in your life right now, some of the stuff that you just shared, where do you see hope the most? How are you finding that? And then how are you turning around and sharing it in a way that's accessible to all of us?
Um, I think for me, like one, I feel like something God's been teaching me lately is just to be like present and to be like where I'm at. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. I'm sure a lot of, your listeners probably feel the same way. You just are going all over the place, but to be present and like reminded that like I think I have so much hope when I like I forget this so easily, but just like God's got it. Like he is doing the work, and we can knock down every door and we can push and we can do all the things, but like at the end of the day, like God's got it, and he's gonna move the door down like where he wants us. And I feel like I have such peace and hope in knowing that he's got it under control. And it
Mm.
doesn't mean we just like sit down on the couch all day. Like we're still working and moving and doing things, but in confidence and knowing that like he's got it. Like he's my hope. Like and I have to be, I mean, I feel like that's just something you continually have to remind yourself of, like probably your whole life. Like I feel like I always have to remind myself like he's got it, because I just want to control everything. But when I'm like worried and like anxious is when I feel like I have to be in control. But I
Mm.
have such hope in knowing that like he's got it. And then I'm like, oh, I don't need to worry, because I'm gonna like, hopefully just honor and like glorify him in everything I do to the best of my ability. And then like he's got the rest. And I'm just here to love him. And hopefully it's good. He's got it.
I love that. Hope he's got it. That
Yeah.
is that is amazing. I've been struggling with something today that just keeps niggling, and I've said, no, I will handle it later. Like I got this right now. God, you've got that, and I will
Yeah.
handle it later. So I can relate even right now to what you're saying. So thank you for the encouragement. And I know I've got to let you go because you've got a lot of other things, but if just what do you want to say? What do you want to say to the folks here in Idaho? How do you want to encourage them? Where can we connect with you and all of that?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Thanks for playing my songs.
Yeah.
You can connect with me on social media. I'm
Yeah.
on Instagram, TikTok, all the things,
Okay.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, really, I think just my prayer whenever you listen to my songs, and I pray that you find like hope in Jesus. Like I know you're talking about, not just because we're talking about hope, but like I pray
Yeah.
that you can feel loved when you listen to the songs and the words to the songs, and that you're reminded that the God of the galaxy who created the mountains and the oceans, he also cares about the details of your life. And I think that's just such a beautiful reminder for all of us. So yeah, thank you. Thanks
All
for
right, you're
having me. It's so
welcome,
nice to meet
Leanna.
you.
And can I just pray for you really quick before
I
we go?
would love that. I would
Okay.
love that.
Our God, our Father, the one who is in control, we acknowledge your control. We acknowledge that you love us beyond measure. And I thank
Yeah.
you for my sister, Leanna, that you would just bless her today, that you would fill her up with all the good things and the right words and all the things that she needs today for what you're putting in front of her, that you would give her grace and love in this new season of marriage, that you would bless her and her husband, that you would bond them together for eternity, that you would allow communication to flow and lessons to be learned, and that you would just bless her in her marriage. And also, God, in her career as she continues to write and record and perform and bless us with her music, that you would just go with her, guide her, give her more songs that just bring us into worship of who you are. Thank you, God, for who you are. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. It's so good to meet you. Have a
So good.
great day.
Thank you. So
All
good to
right.
meet
Take
you too.
care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.